Hi guys, good morning all. Welcome to KSR Data Vision. My name is Koti. I am the director in HSBC for Analytics Department. I have 13 years of experience into data science and data analytics. Over the period of 13 years, extensively I worked with telecom and banking as well as retail. I worked for Vodafone and British Gas and Equifax and HSBC. Majorly my work experience out of 13 years, majorly my work experience into telecom and banking domain. I know in and out of the banking domain, and I am leading the team of 100 members throughout the Asian continent of HSBC Bank. Right? Let's and I'm also one of the core member in KSR Data Vision. I'm the trainer from the day one they've started this company or institute. So let me talk about this course. So I'm going to cover everything about basics. Okay, so with an example. So as the course is business analytics with data science, the term called Python, we are also using the Python. People use this. So here, science is one term, data is another term, analytics is another term, business is another term. I have four terms here, right? Business, analytics, data, science. Science means, as everyone we know that we have studied the MPCs, engineering, MS, MCA, biology, zoology, everything. Science, scientist, what they does, exploring something new. For example, ISRO scientists, they're finding something new, right? Rocket launcher, right? Satellites, and they're finding something new which does not exist. That is the meaning of science. Analytics is nothing but art of making decisions. What is that? Art of making decisions. So art of making, how do you make a decision? By using data. By using data. As we are living in, as we are living in digital world, every day, every moment, every seconds, we are generating data. For example, you have done a phone pay transaction. The data is being generated. You're speaking to your sister, your father, mother through WhatsApp call or through phone call. They're storing your data, right? You're traveling. Google is capturing how many hours you have walked in this month, how many hours have traveled through two-wheeler, how many hours have traveled through four-wheeler. Everything is tracking by the Google, right? So while collecting the data, or they're collecting the data, what they do? Just they won't keep silent, right? They do some analysis. By using the analysis, they can make a decision. That decision can be useful for the business. The decision can be useful for business. So let me go with the simple examples. Okay. Who is he? Or he or she? Judge. Am I right? The picture, if you look into the picture, right side of the image, judge, right? Yes. What judge does? What judge does? What judge does? He will give a verdict, judgment, right? For example, imagine my father is judge. Just imagine my father is judge. Directly, he's my son. Let's say I did some mistake, or I found some guilty. Right? Will my father give a verdict in favor of me? Definitely no, right? There can be some evidence. There can be some evidence. There can be some evidence. So based on the evidence, he can able to make a decision. Based on the evidence, they can make able to make a decision. So analytics, as I mentioned that, analytics is all about how to make a decision in real time by using available data. So judge listen the evidences or consider the evidence from the both the parties. Based on evidence, he can infer or he can make a decision whether he found guilty or is an innocent. Am I right? That's what happening in the judge. For example, if two friends are fighting, let's say if two friends are fighting, you are the one of the closest friend for both of them. If two friends are fighting, X and Y, two friends. X is one friend, Y is another friend. They are each are fighting, they reach out to you, judge. You are the judge. Now, X is very close to you, even Y is also very close to you. Then tell me who did a mistake? Whose mistake it is for fighting? Is it X mistake or Y mistake? How will you do? How will you find out? How will you find out? So let's say X and Y are fighting each other. They both X and Y reach out to you. Definitely X says something about Y says something about X, definitely. But you cannot be in favor to either X or Y. You must have to make a judgment honestly without any error. Am I right? How will you make? So what will you do? You will listen what X is saying. You will listen what Y is saying. Similarly, like CBI interrogation, CBI interact. Let's say there are two guilty people, right? Two guilty people, accused people. Let's say they listen accused one, accused two. They discuss what they will discuss both the people and they make a decision. Similarly here, X, whatever X saying, you listen. Whatever is saying, you listen. Why? And finally, you are going to make a decision based on the available information from the both the parties. Do you agree with me? That is how we are making a decision. Simple. As a layman, if you want to understand what is the meaning of analytics, analytics is nothing but art of making decisions. Art of making decision. Sir, you are telling example. Sir, can you give me one example, real example? How do you make a decision? So which can be? So now tell me, guys. Here I can see the two best batsmen in the world. Who are they? Virat and Ishan. Suppose if I ask you, what is the question here? Who is the best batsman? Who is the best batsman? Is Virat is the best batsman or Ishan Kishan is the best batsman? Who is the best batsman? Virat or Ishan Kishan? Now what do you say? You are saying Virat.
Virat.
Everyone's saying the Virat. Let's see. Whatever the so generally, whatever you said, I agree. Whatever you said, I agree. But what our data is telling now, as we just made a decision, right? Analytics is nothing but art of making decisions by using available data. That's what we discussed, right? Analytics is nothing but art of making decisions by using existing data. There are available data. Whatever your data say, based on the data, you need to make decision. So you know the face of Virat or Ishan Kishan. You clearly tell that Virat is playing from last 15 years. You can clearly tell, oh, Virat is the best batsman. But what is our data is telling? What is our data is telling? So we are need to consider who is the best batsman based on the ODI match, single match, latest ODI match. Okay. Let's say, for example, in Virat Kohli has made 113 runs. Ishan Kishan made 210 runs. Now, how many balls Virat has faced? 91 balls. And Ishan Kishan has faced 131 balls. Number of fours, he made 11, 24, 2, 10. Now, based on the strike rate, or based on the runs, or based on the fours and sixes, tell me who is the best batsman? So, Ishan has more strike rate as compared to Virat Kohli. And as well, Ishan Kishan did more score as compared to Virat Kohli. Even if we compare number of fours and sixes, Virat Kohli has just made 2 sixes, and other side Ishan Kishan has made 10 sixes. On the other side, Ishan Kishan has made 10 sixes. Now tell me who is the best batsman based on the available data? Ishan Kishan. Now, based on the available data, you made a decision that Ishan Kishan is the best batsman. Of course. So, is it based on how many matches information? Is this information based on how many match information? How many matches? Only one. Maybe on that day, Ishan Kishan would have played more better as compared to Virat Kohli. Can we come to a conclusion based on single event? Available information? Can we come to a conclusion? Definitely no. Definitely no. So similarly, whenever you're making a decision based on the single event or based on a single point, we cannot come to a conclusion. Instead of looking at single match information, let's gather about multiple match information. Let's gather about multiple matches information. Let's gather about multiple matches information. Let's say match history. As we look into clearly, Ishan did not play any test match. Is it possible to compare Virat Kohli versus Ishan Kishan test match? As whenever we compare, you might have heard a number of times. Comparison should be apple versus apple. We cannot compare apple versus orange, right? We cannot compare apple versus orange. So as Ishan Kishan did not play any match. So we cannot compare for test matches Virat versus Ishan. In real world also, whenever you're comparing 2 points or two items or two products, the product should be similar products. Then only I can able to compare to make a decision. That is the point here. So as they did not play any match, Ishan Kishan test match, we cannot compare them, right? So while making a decision, it should be similar products. What about ODM match? If I let's look into more focus. How many matches Virat played? 253 matches. Ishan Krishna played how many matches? Only 10. Definitely, as you look into the matches, Virat would have played more matches. As general assumption that Virat would have more and more score. Is it fair to compare score point of view? Total scores? Is it fair to compare total score? Yeah, Virat played 253 matches, just played 10 matches. Then I cannot compare. Then what is highest? If you look at highest, maybe 183 to 8. Even it is not fair, right, to compare with the highest, right? I just played one match. Because of that, you are the good bats. No. What is the best thing we need to compare? Strike rate, average. On an average, each match, how many runs played each player. So average score for Virat Kohli on an average each match is 56%, whereas Ishan Kishan is 53. Am I right? Ishan Kishan is 53. Now tell me, based on the average, who is the best? Virat is the best. So if you look into the international match, again, here also we need to look into the average only, right? Here also we need to look at. Now tell me who is the best average? Virat Kohli. Now, strongly we can come to a strong conclusion is that Virat is the best batsman as compared to Ishan Kishan. That's how we made a decision based on the available data. Sir, cricket, we know it. Sir, can you tell me how does analytics help us in the real world industry? You say cricket, sir, everyone know about it. What is there in it? Right? That is the point come to your mind. Leave it. Sir, if I ask you how many here we have 37 people, including me, how many of you would like to start a business? How many of you would like to start a business? Of course, no one is expressing their interest here. However, most of the people have an interest to start a business, right? I'm not saying 100%, most of them, right? Or another way, sir, I'm getting 1 lakh per month. How do I save my money? Where do I need to invest? That is also some people think, right? Now let me start. So I want to start a business. The business is, let's say the business is, so have you ever heard about this name? Yes, right? Pizza store. Now we cannot start a pizza company. What we can do? We can open the new store, right? Or we can take the franchise, right?
Yes.
Take the franchise, right? Now, first question coming to our mind: where to start? For example, if you would like to start a franchisee in Bangalore, where do you want to start? Do you want to start very next to KSR office? Will it work? KSR office, there is only 50 employees will sit in the office. Will each and every employee will eat pizza every day? No, right? So now we have one case study. Let's discuss one case study. How to solve this case study? CEO. Let's say Brahma is the CEO for India Domino's Pizza. Want to start a new pizza store. He want to know best location to open a store in Bangalore. So we have pizza store. Where he want to open? Now, where do you open, guys? Can you think about it? For example, we have IT offices in Whitefield, we have IT office in Marthahalli, we have IT office in Koramangala, IT offices in HSR, Electron City. Where do you open now? IT park. Totally agree. Because IT people will buy more and more. That is absolutely valid point. We have IT office in Bangalore. We have multiple places, right? We have offices now. We have IT office like Koramangala, Marthahalli, Whitefield, Sarjapur, Electron City, right? You must have finalized from these 5 locations, right? We might have Hebbal is another place. Let's say 5 places we have taken. Now, which place do you choose? Marthahalli, Sarjapura, Koramangala, Electronic City, and Whitefield. We have the 5 places. From where do you choose?
So,
All the places of business already some competitor is there. Then, okay, let me explain. So, this is a common question. Not only here, I take an example of Domino's Pizza. You want to start an institute. Where do you want to start? Or you want to start some restaurant, right? One of the good business is the food business where you can get the revenue of 50%, right? Profit, 50% profit will be there on your expenditures, right? For example, now let me talk about key questions or factors which can be considered before we are open a store. Key questions. So how many places we have finalized? 5 places, right? Koramangala, Marthahalli, Whitefield, Sarjapura, Electronic. First, cost of the property. Cost of the property, what is, so you cannot buy the store, right? You can take a franchise, Domino's franchise, but the question is, you cannot buy the property, right, to open a store. You need to take a lease or rent, right, monthly rent. Yes or no? Suppose even I want to open an institute, for example, I cannot buy the property. I may go for rent only, right? Wait, if I'm ready for buying a property, why should I open a store? Definitely I can give for rent and I can stay free, right, at free bird, right? Cost of the property. Now tell me, are you going with high cost? Are you going with the low cost? Are you going with high cost or are you going with the low cost? Generally, or your profits or your expenditure also will be more, right? So then you can look into the medium. Am I right? Agree about the cost of the property, everyone? Availability of labor. Sir, why we need availability of labor? Can you tell me? So whatever we have, suppose I added a food, for example, I added a pizza. For example, you added a pizza at maximum at how many hours or how many minutes do you expect pizza in your hand? Maximum of 20 minutes, 30 minutes. For example, if you ordered a pizza, if you ordered pizza at morning 10 o'clock, I delivered you by evening 7 o'clock. Does it make sense? Does it make sense? Definitely no. Definitely no. Then in order to deliver a pizza, what I required, I need a labor. Labor means who can supply. Next, okay, that is our second point, population and demographics. So people should buy my product, right? If your population is not there in area, what is the possibility? For example, if I open a pizza store in a rural area, or if I open a pizza in urban area, where I will get more sales. For example, if I open a pizza store in a village versus pizza store in a tier 1 cities, where will I get more sales? Urban area. Why?
About pizza taste and all.
See, I would in urban area, tier 1 city, people who are more, then my sales would be more. In village, let's say maximum of 300 to 500 people or 1,000 people. Will they going to buy every day? Definitely no. Right? Population demographic more. So proximity of suppliers. So your suppliers proximity, how distance they can able to supply. For example, now you open a store in Marthahali. Marthahali to Electronic City is 50 kilometers. Let's say 40 kilometers. Will you able to deliver in half an hour? Definitely no. So you need to, what is the radius you can able to supply? 2 kilometers, 5 kilometers, 10 kilometers radius kind of thing. Agree? Proximity. That is the distance of suppliers can able to. Next, proximity of competitors. So you open a store. How far other store they have? Very close, very far away. For example, let me ask a let me ask you one question. Where Indians invest their money more? For example, if your daughter birthday, you need to buy a gold. Any function, you need to buy a gold. Any occasions, your wife or your mother ask you buy a gold. Generally, we can buy a gold. So have you ever observed? Have you ever observed in all the cities? I have seen, especially in Delhi. I was there in Delhi. I was there in Pune. I studied in Delhi actually. I worked in Pune. Now I'm in Bangalore. I have studied in Hyderabad also my graduation. Right. In all the four cities, I have observed that gold shops are very close, just to 10 meters away, very next to next shop. Do you know why? Can anyone think about it? Have you ever thought about it? Why gold shops are very next to each other? For example, if you take a Marthali, if you go to the Marthali area, gold shops are next to each other. If you go to HSR, all the gold shops are next to each other. Suppose if you go to Chennai, Tambram, all the gold shops are next to each other. Suppose if you go to Delhi, Palika Bazaar, all the gold shops are near. Suppose if you go to Banjara Hills in Hyderabad, all gold shops are next to each other. If you go to Magarpata Road in Pune, all gold shops are near to each other. Why? I bought some gold so far. Some bought at least some 100 grams or 200 grams, you bought it so far, right? So whenever you buy a gold, if you go to any shop, per gram gold cost is same. Yes or no? What? Whenever you're buying a gold, what do you look more? Design. Am I right? Design. For
Correct.
example, if you go to gold shop, yeah, not like that design. What will you do? Whichever the shop or whichever the company maintain a good design, they can be the market leaders. Am I right? Because the sales would be more and more. So, and that is the reason for competition also. They want to, for example, you heard that people may lose interest. For example, you go to shop A, you didn't find good gold or design. If you find a good, shop B, which is 2 kilometers far away, people don't like. If it is near to each other, they can able to generate the good business if they're able to maintain the good designs. Do you agree? That is the reason. For example, now let's come back to our topic. In our case, we have a Domino's where open up. If it is a close to Pizza Hut, let's say just very next to Pizza Hut, what will happen? Will people buy? If you see entire India, not only India, even I have seen some parts of US also, 3 to 4 states I have seen US also. One Pizza Hut is not close to another Pizza Hut. At least the distance should be 500, more than 500 meters. Do you know why? If you go throughout India, one Pizza Hut, one pizza shop to another pizza store, the distance is minimum 500 to 700 meters. Do you know why? Can anyone guess? So let's say if you go to gold shop, you looked about the design. When you go to any restaurant, what do you look more? Food taste. Second, price, right? As a customer, price. That's what quality. There is nothing but taste only, right? Price and quality. What if quality is good, but price is too much? You go there, another store, price is average, quality is also average. Where do you go?
The first one.
How many people bear that first point, or how many people encourage the first point? Exactly. So that is the reason, if people go with average store, they can see pizza we don't eat every day. That also not good for our health. So people will go to the average store only. Why I need to spend more amount? So that is the reason they maintain the distance. They don't want to check the area. Suppose if I found 1 kilometer after that, where I will go this traffic 1 kilometer. People don't like. So that is the reason proximity of the competitors also should be important in this case. Transport and accessibility. Suppose you open a store which is the middle of the flyover. Will people buy like it? So you open a store which is the middle of the flyover, or it is not the starting point of the flyover or ending point of the flyover, it is the middle of the flyover. Will people able to come to your store? No. Our second point, your store is far away from bus stand or a bus pickup point or to main road. For example, if you look into cities like Hyderabad, Bangalore, and sometimes you need to take the U-turn, you need to go for 2-3 kilometers, right? So is it a good idea? Definitely no. So you need to be close to the U-turn point or close to the you can say starting of your flyovers, end of the flyovers. Availability of resource. Sir, you talk about laborers, now you're talking about resource. Who is the resource? Chef, who can make your pizzas, who can make your pizzas. That is also very, very important. So regulatory and policy, state-wise policies would be this much backside should be there, this much backyard should be there, this much space should be there for seating, this much space should be for your for material turnover. And most important, size of the property. So we are opening a store, that means size of the property would be the same, right? Any other point you can think about except the one which I mentioned in the PPT. Let me look into that. All these points can be done with a method called AHP, hierarchy process, one of the machine learning technique. While discussing the Python or Excel or anything or machine learning, I can explain this one in depth how it works and how we are given the weight and all. Let me talk about the solution. What is the solution for this? So I have assigned this assignment to find out the location. I have assigned to 3 people: person A, person B, and person C. Person A, factor attributes. So we given the cost of the property and population demographics are higher weight, because cost which incur more and more cost, our revenue, our profits would be less. So if people are not coming, not there in that area, we won't be able to generate them business. So we are giving them more weight, right? So let's look into the 8 being the highest cost, or sorry, 1 being the highest cost, 8 being the lowest cost of the property. So look into that where we have more cost, 1 being the highest cost and 8 being the lowest cost. Where we have the highest cost, Whitefield is the lowest cost and Koramangala is the highest cost, right? As per the person A. Availability of labor, 7 being the highest, or highest being the we can able to get the more labors, 2 being the less number labors. Where we get the more labors? Marthahalli, right? And the population demographics, I mean, highest number being the more population, less number being the less population. Where we have the more population? Sajapura is the more population. Proximity of suppliers, 1 is the less distance, 8 being the highest distance from one store to another store. Proximity of suppliers, here also the same competitors, 1 being the lowest and highest number is the highest. Transport, these are distance from accessibility is less, I being the less accessibility, 2 being the lowest accessibility, I mean highest accessibility, highest number be the lowest accessibility, lowest number be the highest. For example, Koramangala is highest accessibility, Sarjapura is the lowest accessibility. Resources, we may get resources, regularity, size of the property, we can use the in all the places are the same. So entire city, the regulatory is same, size of property is the same, resource also the same. Now tell me, as per this, where we can start the business? Which is the best place to start the business as per the person here? As per the person, which is the best place to start? The highest rating is given to Sarja, followed by Whitefield, followed by Marthahali, right? So Koramangala is not the right place to start the business. Person B, as per the person B, 7.4 is the Whitefield, followed by Marthahali, right? Now, person C, as he has given the equal rating for all the positions. That means I have not done any analysis or research. As per him, anywhere you can start, it doesn't matter. Anywhere you can start, doesn't matter. Now, conclusion, as per his conclusion, average for all these things. Now tell me which is the best place to start the business. Average for all the three people based on all the three people evidence. Whitefield is Sarjapur is the best place to start the business, followed by Whitefield, followed by Marthali, followed by HSR and Koramangala. So it's clearly evident that we can start the business in Sarjapura. Understood how we made a decision? Right, sir. Okay, this is a random example you've given. Can you give me in real world example? One more example. One more example I will give you. Now tell me guys, how to give a business insights from a given data sets. So I have taken the one retail store. You might have heard about DMart, right? You might have heard about DMart more and all, right? So I have taken the 4 years information from 2019 to 2022. If you look into the revenue of the 4 years, year on year, his revenue is increasing or decreasing? First year 1 lakh, second year 1,50,000, 2 lakh, 2 lakh, third, fourth year 3 lakh. Footfalls, how many people are visiting our store? 2,000, 2,500, 3,000, 4,000. Number of customers are decreasing. Loyal customers, repeated customers. ATV is nothing but average transaction value. So average transaction value is increasing. Visits one. How many products are they buying? 2, 3, 4, 6. If you look into that, 99%, including me, when you look into the data, first you can tell that this is what 99% people says that year on year footfall is increased. Agree? 2,000, 2,500, 3,000, 4,000. Year on year, loyal customers are decreasing, right? 1,900, 800, 700, right? Average transaction value is increasing, right? As they're buying more quantity, then you become a data scientist, or do you become a data analyst, or do you become a business analyst? If you tell this information only, you just give this information, do you become a data scientist or data analyst? Will you get 15 lakhs package? Will you get 20 lakhs package? Definitely no. I given this data. Based on this data, we need to find out the hidden patterns or hidden facts. This is a given data. So now, based on the given data, we are calculating two more variables. What are those? Selling price and conversion ratio. What is the selling price? Average transaction value divided by quantity. What is that? Average transaction value divided by quantity. So 100 divided by 2. What is 100 divided by 2? 50, right? 167 divided by 3. Can you check 167 divided by 3? 167 divided by 3. What is the answer? 56. Correct. 63, 56, 63 and all. Okay. Now you understood how to calculate the selling price. What about the conversion ratio? Footfall divided by customers. Exactly. So 2,000 people, how many of the repeated customers? 2,000 divided by 1,000, 50%. 2,500 divided by 900, that is 36%. 3,000 divided by 800 is the 27%. 4,000 divided by 700 is the 18%. Right? That's what I mean. So look into that selling price. Year on year selling price increased or decreased? Loyal customer count is decreasing. Customers count is decreasing because of increase in the selling price. Agree? So for example, you bought water bottle. So my personal experience, I'll tell you, I married in the year of 2017. Okay. You might have heard about milk packet Tirumala in Bangalore. Anyone in the Bangalore, you might have heard about Tirumala milk packets, right? Not in Bangalore, Hyderabad also it is available. When I started that half liter package is 19 rupees. Now this is in the matter of 2017. Now in the year of 2023, the same packet cost is 26 rupees. Why? Quantity the same, brand value the same, right? Why price has been increased? Exactly. So let me tell you one example. Last year, for example, imagine you got a job 2021. Your package is 10 lakhs. After a year, your salary should increase, right? Are you going to work for 10 lakhs? Are you going to work for less than 10 lakhs? 9.8. Are you going to work for 10.2? 10 point. So year on year, your salary is increasing. Year on year, your salary is increasing. Now, what happens? So there is a term called inflation. There is a term called inflation. So inflation increases, the price also will increase. So as they're increasing price, then they require the selling price also increasing. Selling price increases, then people will buy, will go, repeated customers will go very less number of times. They can choose other products. So now instead of Tirumala, I am getting for a heritage package 23 rupees. I will go with heritage package. Yes, sir. So the loyal customer to Tirumala is increased or decreased? Decreased, right? That is the mean. So conversion decrease, conversion decrease, conversion decrease year on year. So is the stock market in the, if the stock out is there, maybe why people conversion decrease? If I could not able to get all the products in the store, then my conversion risk will be decreased. If that would be the case, we need to get the demand forecast. What is the demand? What is the supply? Guys, with my experience, one point I would like to tell. Last 2 years, if you any people who got a job of data scientist or a business analyst, if they kept the project of resume, in resume they kept the project of forecasting. There is a term called forecasting project. If you remember last week or last week, I have covered Excel forecasting also. Excel forecasting also. I don't know how many of you attended my session, free session. I've taken one master class on a forecasting project in Excel. Right? If you know the forecasting, guys, you can expect 10 lakhs package in the market. Minimum. In the Indian market, minimum you can expect the 10 lakhs. Every industry now they're using, guys. Especially after the COVID, they want to forecast the demand and the supply. What kind of people are product forecasting? Stock is available, then price. How much price? Price planning. What is the correction price? How much price we need to increase? How much price we decrease? Price planning, price elasticity. If you know these two concepts, guys, if you know these two concepts, price elasticity, forecasting, you are rock star in the data science industry, data analytics industry to get a job. If you put these two projects or at least one project in resume, within 20 to 25 days, you should get a job with a minimum package of 10 lakhs. I am here to explain about this one other project. I created a separate module for forecasting, guys, in the mission learning. Okay, sir. Okay, that's fine. What are the skill set you required for a business analytics or a data scientist or a data analyst? So, first of all, okay, have you ever heard about Power BI? Let me explain. Have you ever heard about Power BI? Visualization tool. Okay, visualization tool. You create a dashboard. Just imagine you create a dashboard. You presented a dashboard to your manager or your CEO. What they expect from you? Insights, data insights, right? In order to understand the data insights, what you required, you need to know about the business, right, of the industry. For example, just imagine I given one data set, I asked to create a dashboard in another 1 hour for a telecom company. After 1 hour, you create a dashboard. Will you able to present the insights from the dashboard? Why? Actually, you require a term called domain knowledge. You require a term called domain knowledge. Domain knowledge is nothing but business knowledge. For example, banking. Pranit, for example, if I take, let's say, imagine you're working in the banking industry. Just example, I'm taking Pranit. Pranit, you are working for bank. What are the different products in banks offering? Like a credit card, loans, personal loan, automobile loan, mortgage loan, home loan. For example, if I ask you personal loans, if I ask you about credit card, do you know how credit card works? Do you know if any person did not pay the bill, credit card bill continuously for 3 months? Do you know what happens if person did not pay the bill continuously for 3 months? Do you know for what customers are we offering what kind of customers are we offering like discounts? Do you know when we need to start promotions? Do you know What happens if customer did not pay the bill continuously for 3 months or 6 months? Do you know when we upgrade their credit limit for the customers? Means credit utilization, credit limit. So all these things you must have a knowledge if you are talking about a credit card. Suppose if I talk about insurance, what happened? Customer did not pay the insurance for 2 years. When we need to reject the insurance, what are the different insurance products you have? For example, you're working with telecom. What are the different customers like prepaid, postpaid? How the life cycle of the prepaid customers? What is the life cycle of postpaid customers? What happens if they exceed the basic limit or basic plan? When we need to suggest the upgrade the plan, when we need to suggest a cross that. So all these things is a business knowledge. If you want to sustain the visualization point of view, or data science, or any data, be it a data engineer, be it a data scientist, be it a visualization tool developer, be a developer. If you want to sustain any of these things, you must have to have a knowledge of domain knowledge. In our course, I'm going to teach explicitly about retail domain, telecom domain, banking domain. So each session is 10 classes for retail, 10 classes for telecom, 10 classes for banking. So that whenever you're attending interviews, they ask you, hey, do you have knowledge about banking? Yes, you can talk about terminology. You can talk about the terminology. For example, I can give this PPTs. For example, I can mortgage, for example, mortgage. So this is for example, mortgage. So chapter 1, mortgage bank, how does it works? So I'm just giving an example. So how, see, I should not show it because it is in the, for TCS, if TCS is a company, if there is how they're using the real world mortgage, right? How they're using the mortgage, what are the different loans and everything. Guys, once you enter the industry also, I'm just giving examples displaying the mortgage, guys, right? They will tell you, they will give this document, read it, business knowledge. Before what I am going to do here, before you are going to jump into the industry itself, I will teach you this. It will be easy for while doing a project, while working in the real world. That is what I'm going to cover in the course as a business domain. Okay? Agree? Next one. Okay, that is fine. Next thing is about, okay, sir, most of the people, you got a job. Most of the people, sir, how to solve, let's say, how to start working. Most of the people blinded. Oh, Koti sir said that load the data, perform analysis, present the result. So let's say you're teaching the Power BI, load the data in Power BI, open the dashboard, open the column chart, open the bar chart, and do the analysis. That is not the right way. How to solve your problem? What are the tasks they given your manager? How to solve the structurally step by step? When you need to ask the question to your manager, when you need to ask the question to your stakeholder, client, when you need to ask the question to your team member. For that, I have designed a course called Structural Thinking. This is 1 week program, guys. You go anywhere in the YouTube or anywhere, any institute, you pay 5 lakhs also, you won't get this. With my 12 years of experience, I have designed a content called Structural Thinking. I can tell you that. So after that, it will be easy to interact with the real world and experience of the current process and solution and define the business problem. So once you get the data, what to do with the data, when you need to pull out hypothesis, how to generate the insights from the data, how to create hidden factors of the data. For example, you take the retail data, we calculate a conversion ratio, selling price, right? When I given a data, any data, I will give you one template. Just you need to fit your data in the template. Automatically, it will create the hidden facts of the data. This is what business expects more from you. This is what business expects more from you. If you know this, you are the rock star, guys. If you know with 1 or 2 years experience, you'll get package of 25 lakhs. And of course, to pull the data to perform the analysis, we require a language. What language it is? SQL. SQL is a fundamental language. I am going to take the SQL of 25 classes. There I can talk about what is SQL, what are the different functions in SQL, what are the different joins, what are the different databases you have, how to create your own database, how to perform the different functions. queries, sub-queries, and all. Right, relations and all. Understand the different type of data. Perform data analysis. Analysis using Excel, guys. Excel, Python, statistics. So, guys, you guys have said that Python, that's a Power BI visualization tool. That means you create a dashboard, right? Do you know, can we create a dashboards in Excel? Do you know we can create a dashboards in Python? In my course of curriculum, I will create a first dashboards in Power BI, for example. The same dashboard I can create in Excel. The same dashboard I can create in Python. However, we are performing data analysis in SQL. The same data analysis I perform in Excel. The same data analysis I can perform in Python. Whatever the data understanding, data joining the multiple tables in SQL, the same thing can be done in Python. The same thing can be done in Excel also. Predictive modeling, simulation. Simulation is nothing but forecasting. Simulation is nothing but for the forecasting project we do in Python and Excel. We cannot do in SQL, right? And present data storage dashboards. We can do the dashboards in W Power BI. Excel also can do. You can also do in Python, right? Sir, how to start the journey? What is the roadmap? Let me look into the road. First, you need to learn the tools. In our course, we are going to learn the tools like Excel, SQL, Python. Sir, I know the basics of Excel. I don't know advanced. So in our course, we are going to take almost 25 classes in Excel, guys. 25 classes in Excel. So some people already, if you don't, some people have already attended my workshop of 15 days of workshop of Excel, right? So Python, guys. So Python, sir, I don't know Python. Sir, I am fear about writing code. I'm writing a fear about writing a code. Guys, trust me. Trust me. I can teach you a logic how to write a code. If you understand the logic or a pattern, you can write any language, not only Python. You can write SAS, you can write R language, you can write Java also. That kind of basics onwards you can teach. Tableau or Power BI. Here in this course, I'm going to cover very basics of Power BI, like minimum of 15 classes, DAX functions I'm going to cover, like dashboard creations and basic Power BI features I'll cover. It's not the in-depth, only basics, right? So you in this session, you learn about Power BI, how to create how to get familiar with the Power BI dashboards and all. Business analytics, time series, I write forecasting. Forecasting really, really important. Statistics. If you want to be familiar with the machine learning and time series, you must have to know about the statistics. Statistics are I studied in the statistics school days. Trust me, I'll teach you statistics of 15 days. After 15 days, anyone, my bet, yet even if you said 1% said I did not understand the statistics, I will refund money to 100% students. Let's say, for example, in a classroom of let's say 50 members. Let's say 50 members. Out of 50 members, yet even one person said, "Sir, I did not understand the statistics." But terms and condition means you should attend the class and you should practice. Then only I will refund the amount for all the 50 people, the entire fees. This is my bet. That means I have a confidence that I can teach you in depth of it. Start applying for your dream job, guys. Start apply for your dream job. Okay, questions, please. So next question, next thing, how to roadmap. For start, we can start with the Excel, guys. After Excel, you can go with the Tableau or Power BI. You can start with the SQL, Python, statistics, CDA, machine learning, time series, structural thing, and communication. And finally, you become the certified. Sir, let me explain you about the course content. What is there we are going to teach on that. This is the course content, guys. Business analytics with the data science about our company. See, we are going to talk about, so what is business analytics? What are the business analytics, spectrum of the business analytics, skill set, roadmap, case studies? We can first SQL, for example, is at SQL. So we are going to talk about what is SQL, what is the key takeaways of SQL. So what we are going to, the modules, I created the different modules. Module 1, introduction to database. What is a database? So introduction, why do we need database? What is database? Some properties of good database. We are going to cover in our course MySQL. So what is the difference between relational database and non-relational database? How to install SQL? Some people are using Mac, some people are using Linux, some people are Windows. We can install that. What is the client and server? Right? Installation guide we do provide. Right? So what is SQL? Connecting MySQL, LAN, DDL command, DML command, DCL command, how to explore the data tables, creating tables, select statement. And after each module, we have exercise and quizzes, update commands, right? Different commands, database structures, right? Modifying, importing and exporting the data analysis. We are performing data analysis. So now, so one project, guys, real time, real life project, descriptive analytics using football players data. We are performing the one project, guys. Subqueries, concept joins, all the strings, like manipulate SQL. How do you connect SQL with a Python? One project. In this project, we take a real time, real life data set of FIFA 19 players and do descriptive analysis on it. We'll get step by step as done real time project. Be a data scientist, and we'll walk you throughout the how data understand, how data is understand, transformed, and everything will cover. Okay, Madhusudan Patel, I will come to the course fees and structures. So next, after SQL, Excel. So we are going to the Excel interface, operating formula, date time functions, mathematical functions, lookup functions, logical error, statistical functions, sorting and filtering, pivot table, data visualization, conditional formatting, what if analysis, data validation, simulation. So here one project, Assure Next is a radical insurance company that sits in intersection of technology and human intersection. There's one project we'll cover in this. And after each simulation assignment, right? And here what and after each module we have assignments, practice, quizzes, and Python. If you want to be a Python, you don't know Python from the basics. So we are going to cover starting of the Python basic, introduction to Python, different versions of Python, installation of Python. We are going to cover the Jupyter notebook, introduction to variables, implementing of variables, and quiz. Operators, implement operators, quiz. Condition statements, quiz, assignments. So introduction looping, quiz, and assignments. So data structures, assignments. String manipulation, quiz. Functions, quiz. All right, modulus package and a topic after quiz. Handling text file, quiz. Importing libraries, NumPy, Python, Pandas. After that, assignment. So pre-processing, assignment, subsetting, and all. Sorting, assignment, quiz. Visualization, assignment, and quiz. And then we are jumping into the statistics, explore data analysis. So overview of the quiz, defining the problem statement, introduction to explore data, descriptive analysis, quiz. After every topic, we do conduct the quiz, right? Quiz topic after every topic, central limit theorem, conditional statement, right? Here also we'll cover the one assignment, one project, I'll cover understanding the inverse taxi trip duration, assignment TDA. Right? Mission learning. After mission learning, what is the introduction, projects, quiz where after every topic, see quiz, evolutions, quiz, like pre-processing, building first model, selecting the right model, linear models, and the project, one project here. Next, dimensional reductions, decision trees, future engineering, and one more project, explore project, basic ensembling models, bootstrapping, project on ensembling models, unsupervised neural model, and machine learning project. Again, these are the projects we are going to cover in our course, machine learning projects. Time series, I told that forecasting, ARIMA, all these things, work, quiz, forecasting, assignment, project, energy consumption, quiz, model, properties of one of the library, quiz, project of forecasting, project sales forecasting. And structural thing, as I told you, right? We have one special thing, one special model, structural thing. So key learnings take a business course. For example, structural thing and communication, one of the most important skills managers and customers value today. Sadly, there are many resources which help the people in this area. We are the one how to talk ambiguous business problem and then break them into structured data analysis problem. How to present. So everyone done the analysis. How to present your analysis and business insights to an impactful manner. How do you clear and structure communication with the people easily understanding? Key learnings. So what is understanding framework? So next steps of business analytics, infograph, roles and responsibilities, building your resume, apply for digital presence, LinkedIn, like summary, LinkedIn checklist, phone interview, puzzles, types of interviews, technical interviews, HR interviews, business case studies, right? I told you about the business case studies. We'll talk. Building a profile, why companies ask telephonic interview checklist, telephonic during the interview, telephonic interviews, post the interview, additional tips of video interviews, common questions, in-person interview, they call us for in-person interview, what the question they will ask, post interview, how do you follow up with them? So, and then finally we are talking about the Power BI, right? Power BI very basics. What is Power BI? Data modeling, introduction measures, filters, right? Hierarchy filter, data storage, shapes, case study, right? Customer profitability, west stories, some periods and last DAX function. And after that, you will get the completion of the course completion certificate. And we help you how to build your resume in Naukri. Client handling techniques already I told you I cover. Resume forwarding, how to forward, we'll forward resume to our tie-up companies. Building and impressive resume, intro preparation tips already to, and LMS, we have a videos. If I miss the class, we provide videos. So video recording videos. So those you can see that 1 year we can give access to recording videos also. Right? Attending 1 week free session, 100% job. We can also pay 6 months paid internship. So it is a majorly who don't have work experience, we never worked on for them and paid internship. So each month we can pay you 10,000 rupees paid internship after the course. This internship will help you to get the jobs also. That is all about this course. Sir, course duration is 6 months, sir. Sir, do you also going to learn how MySQL interact with the Python? Definitely, that's what I told you, right? Well, in the Python I covered, I'll going to cover that point. I can help you how to connection establishment Python. We load the data from MySQL to Python and also I'll cover that side. Course duration is 6 months, sir. Monday to Friday. Saturday is a kind of practice session. So batch is starting from 19th of this month. So 19th of this month, we are going to start the batch Monday, not tomorrow, after 1 week. Fees is 50,000, 50K. Monday, I'm going to start with the Python because so people SQL, these things are very easy to learn. Python is so everyone are excited to learn about the coding. I am focusing more about the coding first point. So that is the reason I'm starting with the Python. So guarantee. So class timing is evening 8 p.m. guys. 8 p.m. to 9:30. Guaranteed tell you, see, if you're not happy after the end of the course, I will return your 100% fees. But only one condition is you should attend the class regularly without any fail. Second point, you need to be active. Third point is you need to complete the assignment. After completing all these three things, 100% sure I can write a check or bond also. If you're not happy with the course, we can return 100% of fees. Thank you.